Us gardeners are always trying to come up with unique and creative ways to combat pests and solve common garden problems. Organic farmers often have to get even more creative. And that's where hydrogen peroxide comes in. This readily available, naturally occurring compound, which is basically just water with an extra oxygen attached to it, is an eco-friendly, safe solution to a myriad of garden issues that we all face. Let's take a deep dive and explore 6 massive benefits of using this common household product in your backyard garden. And it starts right now. First up, what exactly is hydrogen peroxide? The hydrogen peroxide commonly available to us is a clear, odorless liquid with a chemical combination of H2O2. That is, it's simply just water with an extra oxygen ion attached to it. It's very inexpensive and it's found in pharmacies and grocery stores around the world, most commonly in its dilute form of 3% or 6%. And as mentioned, hydrogen peroxide is a naturally occurring compound. It occurs in groundwater, rainfall, the oceans. It's even in our bodies. It is this occurrence in nature that tells us hydrogen peroxide is safe to use in our gardens without systemic lasting negative effects on the biology of our soils and plants. So now that we know what hydrogen peroxide is, why do we as gardeners care about it? What can it do for us? Let's find out. The first benefit of hydrogen peroxide in our gardens is a big one, and that's soil aeration. Compacted or super wet anaerobic soils are not great for our plants. Direct application of a 1:20 ratio of common 3% household hydrogen peroxide can aerate your soil almost immediately. Available oxygen is both vital and necessary for plant roots to function properly and to be able to uptake nutrients to support the plant. You can often see immediate benefits to a plant's vigor when using a peroxide solution on an oxygen-starved soil. The second benefit of using hydrogen peroxide in the garden is helping us with root rot, often seen in container gardening. Unfortunately common in tomato and potato plants, root rot can have devastating effects on a crop's productivity. If you notice root rot in any of your veggie crops, the application is much the same as aerating the soil. The only difference here is that I up the concentration to a 1:10 ratio of 3% hydrogen peroxide. Directly apply that to the soil right at the base of the plant, and you should see a response relatively quickly. The third benefit of hydrogen peroxide is that it's a benign, safe disinfectant. You can use it on all of your tools, pots, and containers. You can also use it to clean out all your nursery trays, their holders, and even your greenhouse itself. Safe, effective, and you can be sure that hydrogen peroxide won't leave behind any systemic chemical residues as it breaks down to its base components of just water and oxygen. For disinfecting purposes, I use 3% hydrogen peroxide at either full or half strength. Another great use of hydrogen peroxide is on our seeds. Using the 3% solution at about a quarter strength, that is 1 part hydrogen peroxide to 4 parts water, soak your seeds for up to 4 hours before planting to see the best results. The peroxide will kill off any unwanted bacteria or fungus that may affect your seed's viability. And on top of that, it has been suggested that this soaking in hydrogen peroxide can also cause your seeds to sprout faster and with better results. The fifth benefit of hydrogen peroxide in the garden is pest control. As organic growers, we're always looking for another way to combat aphids, spider mites, fungus gnats, whiteflies, and all the other nasty bugs trying to ruin our fun. Of course, we want to fight these insect enemies safely, and one way to do this is with hydrogen peroxide. Just one spritz of a quarter strength 3% peroxide solution is enough to deter even the most fervent of pest outbreaks. Spray directly on the leaves or soil and feel assured that you're not resorting to harmful chemicals or insecticides. The other thing to note, that unlike a lot of other natural pest control methods, hydrogen peroxide seems to be somewhat effective against the eggs as well, and that's huge. A lot of times, these natural pest control methods need reapplication after reapplication. With hydrogen peroxide, I'm not saying you need to do it once and then it's all going to be fixed, but it does seem to be effective against all stages of the pest life cycle. And last but not least, we have fungus control, both above ground and below. Fungus and fungal diseases can decimate a crop in no time. Hydrogen peroxide can be used as an effective topical treatment simply by spraying the leaves with a 1 to 20 diluted solution of that same 3% peroxide. Really give the plants a good soaking. Use this spray directly to combat things such as powdery mildew. As well, you can even use it in your store-bought potting and seeding mixes to prevent fungus gnat outbreaks. That right there is worth the price of admission. Take note, however, you're not going to want to apply hydrogen peroxide to your garden indiscriminately or all the time. As an antibacterial agent, hydrogen peroxide will effectively decrease soil bacteria and microbes, good or bad. Use it in specific instances when it can have a direct, immediate benefit to your garden. However, rest easy knowing that you've provided a safe solution to some common garden problems without all the negative residual effects that come with traditional chemical methods. Hey, if you got any other uses for hydrogen peroxide in the garden, leave it in the comments down below. Here's a recap of the 6 benefits of hydrogen peroxide in your garden, along with the suggested strengths. Also, if any of you are on Facebook, head on over and join our gardening group called Growing Better. The group has grown phenomenally fast, yet it will never lose its sense of community or its welcoming feel. If you're passionate about growing epic organic fruits, herbs, and veggies for you and your family, the Growing Better group is a great place to hang out, share, learn, and grow. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. If you're getting value in this and the other series that I'm doing on YouTube, hit those like, share, and subscribe buttons if you'd be so kind, and I'll see you in the next video.